Angry guy here. And black women are becoming homeless as foreign women take black men. Black women are becoming homeless as foreign women take black men. You guys know the drill already. Let's just jump into this video by Soraya.
Hi everyone, the video that you and I are about to look at is just another example of an American woman who just cannot accept the fact that men actually do enjoy grabbing their passports, leaving the US so they can finally meet a beautiful traditional woman that they can hopefully create a family with. No, instead of looking in the mirror and trying to self-reflect and trying to figure out what are these women outside of the US doing differently than we in America do, they are looking for excuses, of course. They are trying to blame someone else for their current situation, and they just don't want to accept and don't want to see that men, average American, especially black men, are leaving the country and they are acknowledged, appreciated, respected, and desired by women from other countries. All right, let's get right into it. I did enough talking.
I don't like to get in the whole black men, black women beef, but this passport bro thing really got me like, are y'all serious?
Quick interruption right here. Of course these men are serious. Why would they want to stick around in an environment or in a country where women obviously don't want them anyway? So what's the issue? Please explain.
Let me just say this. As a black woman who has experienced a lot with black men, who will always, strive to be with a black man, we do not care if y'all go out of the country to find y'all a wife who is traditional.
I don't think that she's being quite honest here, because if these ladies really wouldn't care about what men are doing outside of the country, why they are even their passport to leave the US, there would not be so many videos on the internet where you actually have American women talking trash about women from other country, calling them names and judging them, and they wouldn't judge men or shame men, insult men for actually trying to do better for themselves. So what's the problem? Just admit that you are mad and we will all be cool. We are even willing to teach you ladies how to do it better. But first of all, you have to let go of your ego. First step. Instead of acting all emotional, these ladies could really sit down and just think about, wait a minute, what am I doing wrong that other women are doing right? But
see, here's the big problem, and a lot of people have pointed this out. Soraya is wrong here. These women cannot be conditioned out of this. All right. These are masculine women. These are masculine women. And this is something that's inside of them that they've developed and cultivated since they were little girls. So to say that they're going to have to let go of the ego and learn how to be, they cannot. Femininity is something that it comes from within. You cannot spend your entire life as a masculine person and then decide that you are going to act like a woman. You can't. It doesn't work like this. It does not work like this. And I disagree with Soraya here, because you cannot just switch it up like that. You can't go from I don't cook, I don't clean, I'm Miss Independent, I had to do this, I had to go in and make these decisions, I had to focus on this career. You don't go from this. You don't go from that masculine energy that you've been cultivating since you were 2 years old, 3 years old, to being 40 years old, even 20 or 25, and suddenly saying, okay, now I'm going to learn how to be a lady. It doesn't work like that. Cooking and cleaning, knowing how to take care of a man, these are things that foreign women develop. They start to cultivate as when they're little girls. They're like, oh Papa, I'm gonna go and grab Papa a drink, I'm going to wipe Papa's mouth, there are crumbs in his beard, I'm going to clean his face. Oh, Papa came home from work, Papa needs a bath, I'm going to draw Papa a bath. Okay, Mommy is cooking, I'm going to go to the kitchen now and learn how to cook. And Mom stands there and says, okay, sweetie, you pick that up, bring that. Okay, put that. Little by little, she's teaching her and she's training her until the day comes when she starts having her make that meal, and then when dinner time comes around and Dad comes home, Dad sits at the table, and it starts out with Mom bringing his plate, and it moves over to her picking up his plate, his daughter bringing that plate, okay, and serving her father. Okay, before Mom eats, before the daughter eats, Dad eats. And this is how, it becomes second nature to them. Absolutely second nature. And it shows with foreign women. For example, their fathers comes home dirty. They don't like that. They want his clothes clean, even if they can't afford new clothes. They want to make sure that the men in their family look good, smell good, feel good. They will rub his back. They will give him massages. They will cut his food up for him. They will rub his feet. They will take his boots off. That is something that will not happen in Western society. These women don't have these things. These are women who need to be pampered and cared for and taken care of because they don't have these skill sets. These are masculine men. These are men. These are men in dresses. These are men. They have that masculine energy. So this notion of sitting down and speaking to these people, it's not going to happen. And Soraya is new to the game. She hasn't. I've been here for 10 years now. I've been in this space for 10 years. So these things that she's experiencing, losing her Instagram, this ain't nothing yet. There's the sisterhood is gonna come at her, and they're gonna come hard. Okay, I've been here a long time, and there's a lot of women that have been in this space and that have left this space. The sisterhood is petty like that. These women are not going to change. They cannot change. This whole soft girl era thing, is literally them trying to run away from responsibility and make up for lost time because they right now are in a situation where things are getting hard. They don't want to work for the rest of their lives, but they're looking for a man who's going to provide them with lives of luxury so they can go to the spa all day, hang out with their friends all day, just chill all day. They're going to have food brought to them, and no, not that nasty Uber Eats. They don't want Uber Eats. They don't want DoorDash. They want to call up 5-star restaurants and have them deliver. Like, this is the type of madness that these women are on. These are not women who are looking for a good man. These are women who are looking for a servant and a doormat. And while this man is at work, they're going to be out getting their back cracked, getting things rearranged by Tyrone and Chad. So this notion of talking to these women and trying to teach these women, someone pointed out in my chat, because, I said that, I hope Soraya gets her money. And someone said, it's not going to happen. These women aren't going to pay for it. They would see it as a betrayal of the sisterhood. Because these women, they're on a whole other mission. They're on a mission of chaos and crisis. This is their essence. This is their core. And they're not going to change. They cannot change because this is who they are as people. They are masculine people. These are basically these are men in dresses. These are not your typical woman. They are not feminine. A woman's strength comes from her femininity. These women do not have that. They have nothing but that masculine energy. Even if they can try to fake it all they want, but it comes out immediately. I would not put these women in the kitchen to cook for me. Are you crazy? You think I want to get food poisoning? Come on. These women don't know anything about being a woman. They know about being men. They know about being men with extreme privileges, because that's what they are. It's the equivalent of men in dresses. They are deeply in their masculine energy. They did not want femininity. They did not want the joys of being a woman. They did not want these things. Okay, they wanted special privileges while men were given special punishments. But they wanted to live lives as masculines, and that's what they have done. And now they're trying to run away from it, and they're trying to attack. So it's only gonna, from this point, it's only gonna get worse. It's only going to get worse, okay? Because that's how these women operate. They are not there. There's no loyalty in the sisterhood. They will come together to tear others down, including other women. Look at what they're doing with the Asian ladies. Look at what they're doing with the foreign women who don't know anything about them, who are not speaking to them. You have women in Singapore right now flipping out on these black women. Singapore is one of the richest countries in the world. Virtually everyone in Singapore speaks English at this point. If you were born after a certain year, you speak English. And not only do you speak English, you speak perfect English. You speak the Queen's English, okay? It's insanity. And you have these women in Western society, they're on a complete... I mean, if you look at what they've done to their communities, they've destroyed their communities. You think that these hard-headed people could be reasoned with? Oh my gosh. And you can put yourself in a lot of trouble. I really, really don't know. You can't reason with these people. They are crazy. This is like I've said, it is functional insanity. The thing is, when you're with a lot of these people, they're barely even functional. They are barely even functional. Look at the lives that they're living in high amounts of debt, high rates of obesity. A lot of these women have IBS. That's irritable bowel syndrome. Yeah, I mean, they have tons of health issues. Early on stage heart disease. Diabetes. I mean, it's just the list just goes on and on and on. Hair is falling out. They're struggling with alopecia, and it's not even because it's not even a genetic thing. It's a health thing. All right, their hair is falling out because of the terrible lives that they've lived and the substances that they've put into their bodies. Come on, come on. Mm-mm, 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 mm. These women are going homeless right now, and that's one of the reasons why they are so furious. That's because the black dudes that are leaving are the dudes with the money. Use your heads. These are the dudes that have the bread. If a dude can afford a $3,000 ticket, that's a dude with bread. But these women seem to think that, oh no, I'm gonna get me a millionaire. I'm gonna get me a millionaire. All right. When only like the average person in the United States earns $56,000 a year. That's between both men and women. The average man earns around $50,000 a year. The average woman, roughly around 54,000. The average woman earns right around like $36,000 a year. So there's a gap of almost $20,000 between the earnings of a man and a woman in the United States. And these women are going around saying that they will only accept a man that makes over $100,000 a year. And many of them are saying they're looking for millionaires, but it's not even hard it's not hard to become a millionaire in America. These guys are just lazy. Look at what these women did to their communities. I saw another video Soraya made, and she said something interesting. She said that there's no family unit in the Black community anymore. And she said that her husband, he was really surprised when he experienced, family, like sitting down with a family, eating at a table with a family. It was a foreign thing to him because they don't have it like this in the Black community. They try to pretend like something's there, but it's not. These communities are a train wreck. And it's the women who allowed their communities to fall into the state because they put the men out of the community. They kept on putting the men out. And so I heard this one woman say something like, "Oh, well, that's not true because that in all those project apartments they have a man there." That's Tyrone. Sure, they may have a man in there illegally living in there, but that's Tyrone. That man is just creating more and more problems in the community. All right. These are the same women that say things like, "Oh, some of our best brothers are in prison." Our best brothers are in prison? No, your best brothers are leaving the country. This is the common mindset of the typical Black woman. Our best brothers are in prison. I hear from my Yumi. Quite a bit, and I've been hearing from her husband a little bit more now. And it's like I hear things about like their relationship. Like her husband. This guy is into anime. This guy is he's a gunsmith, which is insane. He has a ton of practical skills. The craziest thing is he runs his security company. He's a veteran. Mayumi was literally saying that she was, they had that classic Japanese wedding, which is insane. It's unbelievable. That's what they had. And there's more to it than that. And she said that's how crazy it was for her because she got to marry an actual warrior. I've said this once and I'll say it again. Modern women in Western society won't have access to these men anymore.
That is one of the issues right here. These women don't think that they are doing anything that's wrong. They are always right. They don't have no flaws. They don't have no, errors that they need to correct because it's always everybody else. And how is a relationship supposed to start and even build and get stronger if one party is always like, "No, I didn't do it wrong. That was you. Everything is your fault."
These boneheaded women in Western society, they are never going to admit that they did anything wrong. These women are not capable of change. They will change their tactics, but they will never change their hearts. They will never change their thinking. They will blame everyone and everyone else for what they have done. This is why men are walking away and they're not coming back. These are not women you can reason with. These are not people you can reason with. They are not going to change. They will always be victims of the world. You see, in other countries, they don't have the welfare state. So women are held accountable for decisions that they make. If they go out and they have a child with someone, who was who's not a very good guy, they're going to face the social repercussions. What the welfare state isn't going to step in and finance that. Child support isn't going to step in and finance that. They are going to suffer. They will live in poverty for that unless they can dig themselves out with their own two hands. Their families are going to criticize them and shame them for what they've done, and society is going to criticize them and shame them for what they've done. In Western society, though, women are bailed out of every bad decision that they make. If they get pregnant, they don't have to keep it. If they end up keeping it but they don't want to take care of it, they can give it away. They can opt out of motherhood. There's a billion different options they have. If they decide to keep it and they don't opt out of motherhood, but they can't care for it, then the welfare state will step in. Will give them a place to live, food to eat, money in their pocket, and on top of that, they will also extract wealth and resources using the state from the man to then subsidize the living of the woman and the child. They don't have that in other countries. And it's because they don't have that in other countries why women have to think differently to survive. But also there's major cultural differences. Just like I said earlier in this video, you don't have any black women saying something like, "Oh, daddy's home. Let me take off your boots for you, daddy. Let me rub your feet for you, daddy. Daddy, you have dirt. Your clothing is dirty, daddy. Daddy, go in this. I'm gonna get your bath ready, daddy. I cleaned everything up. Let me go take a shower, daddy. I'll take the clothes and put them and get them in the laundry, daddy." No. They don't have that. They don't love their fathers. They don't care. There's no love in the relationship. As soon as the man walks in, the woman is already hollering and screaming about what he did not do and what he forgot to do. This poor man has been at work all day long, coming in his work boots, tired, and she's already waiting for him at the door to go off on him and demand money. And the little girl is there also waiting because her credit card bill needs to be paid, and she has things that need to be done, and there's expenses. And what kind of father is him? What kind of broke boy is this guy that can't even take care of his daughter properly? And prom is coming up. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Black women are becoming homeless as foreign women take black men. This was actually a longer video. So as always, I will link you guys to Soraya's channel. You can check out her channel. But I may also make another part because this is a long video and I just couldn't cover everything. And these videos, I have to limit them to about 20 minutes each so that I'm able to publish directly from my streaming software directly over to YouTube. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think regarding all of this. I want to hear your thoughts. Black women are becoming homeless as foreign women take black men. I want to know what you guys think regarding this. And also, there's one little thing I want to point out. Some of you guys are like, why are you guys using so much of, covering so many videos about Soraya? The reason why is basically she really celebrates. She celebrates the content that I make. If someone is celebrating your work, if someone appreciates your work, then, then there you go. And it's basically a synergy. Here's a comment from her. "Lol, I love your commentary on my videos. Thank you. Go where you're appreciated, go where you're celebrated." Let me know what you guys think about everything we discussed in the video. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.